Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, it's your Auntie August. How y'all doing? We are here at the second Thursday of the month. Woo, woo, woo for that. Y'all, we're on the Power Influence Radio off of the Daily Faith Network. And remember, y'all, we're on TV now. So y'all can follow Just Being August on the Power Influence Radio, TV, on YouTube, and Facebook. And also, download that app Thingamabobber off of the Thingamabobber to watch me on TV. All right, there we go. I know y'all know how to do. But anyways, let's get right into it, y'all. Today is gonna be a different type of show. It's gonna be fun, but it's still gonna be different. Let me bring my mic closer together. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we got the producer. Oh, by the way, today, y'all, you know, we are here at the Podcast Doctor. And who do we have here? Why are you looking at me like that? The Podcast Doctor, ladies and gentlemen, Byrd. Woo woo, chop it up.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing. How you feeling?
Honestly, I feel great. For real.
For real?
I feel great.
Did you eat today?
I tried.
Have a protein shake today?
I did. Did
you drink all of it?
I did. You know, that's one of the things that I actually can keep down good. Like, I actually look forward to my protein shake.
You know, they have the pre-made ones, and you can make your own.
No, I make my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You go to the grocery store, get the frozen berries. I got to get plant protein now because I have to kind of stay off of the animal protein.
Really?
Yeah. It's a lot of new information that I literally just discovered, which is very shocking and kind of sad because I love food. Yeah, I am a definite foodie and I am a definite carnivore, if you know what I mean. So.
Yeah. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Phil Podcast. We have Phil the podcast.
I should change my name to Phil Podcast. What's the process? I always want to know if anybody has ever changed their name legally. I want to know the process behind that because that's a good idea.
Technically, you can do that. You can go down to the courthouse,
Phil Podcast,
and ask for a name change, a legal name change.
Okay. Do bill collectors stop calling me?
Oh hell no!
Oh,
it's not happening. Absolutely
okay.
not.
All right.
Absolutely not. But so today's show is literally about Phil and the July 11th event, which is Kidney for Phil soiree in honor of Phil Byrd, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get that pulled up, the Kidney for Phil thingamabobber?
So I have AI back there, artificial intelligence, since I'm out here doing my thing here. It's just a flyer. It's like on the right side of the screen. There it is.
Perfect. So this is what we are talking about today. Phil needs a kidney transplant. And if you guys do not know whom Phil is, if you haven't seen him previously, Phil, while we have this up, go ahead and actually, no, let's show your face again. Tell them whom you are.
Okay, so my name is Phil Byrd. I am also known as the Podcast Doctor here in Orlando, Florida. I've been around in Orlando for about 20 years. I've been in this industry of producing podcasts and videos and telling stories and helping people achieve their goals for the past 20 years since I've been here in Florida. And yes, I have come across some difficult times in my life. This is a difficult season right now where I am needing a kidney. I am in stage 5, which also means end stage renal disease. So there aren't any stages after that. So I am in desperate need of a living kidney. And if you are interested in helping me out or want to just know more information, we're going to definitely deep dive into that today. But if you want to check me out online, just go to kidney4phil.com. That's not the number 4. It's FORPHIL. So kidney4phil.com, and you can learn all about that. Or if you want to start a podcast or need so many other things, you can come to our studio. The website is it's the podcastdoctor.com.
It's thepodcastdoctor.com, ladies and gentlemen. And also, not only does Phil do podcasting, produces and everything, he also films funerals. So if you have your church or a funeral home and you need a professional looking and structured filmographer, if I said that right, he will film the footage from the funeral and gather all the emotions that come behind funerals in an articulate, beautiful way. And it won't look like it's hood. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. And I've really kept that kind of a secret. I don't know why. It's just,
Don't know either.
I felt like it's been hard to kind of market. Like, what am I going to do? Like, hey, did something happen? Yeah.
I mean, if people can use their camera to take pictures of dead people at the funeral, why not?
I know, and it's been a passion project of mine because of what happened with my father. You know, my dad died in January of 21 from complications with COVID, and you know we couldn't travel around that time,
Right.
you know, and so the funeral home up in Virginia, you know, they were all new to this, just like everybody else in the world was. So they all had to adjust, and they said they were going to stream
Right.
the service. And I was, oh, great! I'm in this industry. This is perfect. I'll watch it. I never want to feel that way again, and I never want any of the families to have to feel that way,
Right.
having to deal with a funeral home, because that's the last thing you want to worry about. You know?
Exactly.
Even if you own the funeral home, tend to the families. You shouldn't have to worry about any of this technical stuff. Let a professional handle it, and we'll take care of the families. I just did one this past weekend, and they were absolutely blown away, and they actually loved everything we did, because we're not just taking the video and just sitting somewhere else. We're actually communicating with the family, making them feel comfortable. Everything that they need and they want that we can provide, we absolutely do and accommodate for. I actually go to the service area before I even book the job,
Really?
to make sure we can accommodate what they need for them.
So if I wanted to have a funeral at the strip club,
We can definitely do it.
I think that'd be dope. Like if you had stripper, like if you know Mercedes, had an accident or she just passed away, and they really wanted to have a funeral, have her up on stage. One last shout out for Mercedes, and they'll slide her cat. No, I'm just playing, but like,
I mean, have you seen them where they prop the bodies up?
yeah, I'm just saying.
Anyway, yes.
I
I will be there if you need me.
Okay, I like that. And now also that he just films funerals. Also, he comes to your business. He can film your business for commercial and marketing. And you also have created the AI for businesses for when they are not able to receive a phone call.
That's correct.
Go ahead and touch on that for them.
So we also created an AI receptionist agency. So if you are a service-based business, whether it's plumber, AC repair, landscaper, roofer, for the most part, y'all don't ever answer the phone. Sorry, y'all just don't, because y'all are out doing the job, especially if you're a small company. And we provide the AI receptionist who takes the phone calls 24/7, and they answer all the questions because they are trained about your business. They answer all the questions. They can even book appointments and set your calendar up for you as well. And it's very easy as well too, and very affordable. I mean, honestly, average prices are around 48 cents an hour. So I mean, that's pretty cheap. I don't know how much cheap you can get from that, but yeah, we do that. I tend to do a lot of things, and there's a reason why I do that. You want to know a little secret?
Yeah, I do.
We're gonna get a little deep here.
I mean, that's what I mean. Let's just keep it 100, y'all. Like today we're gonna, I'm always me and keep it a buck, but today we're gonna be like a little bit more raw. I wish we could put like raw across the screen.
We're gonna pull back the curtain a little bit.
We're gonna pull back the curtain. We're just gonna get into it.
Yeah. So going through what I'm going through, I've learned a lot about myself.
Okay, let's stop there. So we're gonna come up a little bit. So
Okay.
Phil has stage 5 kidney disease.
Yes.
And let's start there, then we're going to go to your feelings. Let's talk about stage 5 kidney disease real quick.
Okay.
And tell them what. And I have my phone. Normally, I don't have my phone, but I have my phone for references. because I want you guys to, I really need everyone to know what this is. And Phil has been on a lot of podcasts. He's been on a lot of radio. He's been on some TV. But I really want to dive into what kidney disease is, and not only that, but his actual stage and how he got there. So, what is kidney disease? Kidney disease means your kidneys are damaged and cannot filter blood as they should. This causes waste and excess fluid to build up in the body. The two most common causes are diabetics and diabetes, and high blood pressure. With that being said, Phil, how did you get to kidney disease?
So being diabetic and high blood pressure. So
both of them.
Yeah. So honestly, it's kidney disease is the number one, besides heart disease, the number one killer of black men. Simply because it's in our DNA and also our diets, right? We eat a lot of foods that are very high in sodium and salt, and just being in the South as well, that doesn't help either. And
KFC, Popeyes.
Yeah. And so I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 13.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was 13 years old and 300 pounds. Right. I didn't really have the education. My family tried to help whenever they could, but this was 20 something years ago. So
right.
I mean, this knowledge was a little bit different then. And throughout my youth and adolescence, I really didn't take care of myself because I didn't really see any symptoms. It was always something that, something later to worry about. Right. Until I got to like my mid 20s, and then I was like, man, this stuff is not good. I was almost 400 pounds at the time, working 3 full-time jobs, had a child, and I was just fat, miserable, and upset and suicidal, honestly.
Okay.
And people, I'm not suicidal. I was then, I'm going to take my life.
Right.
It was suicide by neglect. I was neglecting my body. My body was screaming at me my entire life, and I just was ignoring it because, that's just what it's like.
Okay, so let's talk about how were you, in your opinion, neglecting your body for it to be suicidal?
So, as a man, head of household, we tend to put ourselves last.
Indeed.
Our family tends to come first. As a father of a special needs child, Dominic, my son, he always came first, Then my wife's needs, her needs always came first. And then the needs of the household always came first before I needed to do anything to take care of myself. And that's just how I was taught. It's just how I was raised. And a majority of men in my generation probably feel that way, especially if they are the sole provider in their family or the only income earner in their family. They have a sense of duty that they have to do. And just say, well, screw me. I want to make sure that my family's good. I want to make sure the bills are paid. I want to make sure there's a roof over our head. I want to make sure that there's groceries in our cabinet or in our fridge. I want to make sure my wife is happy. I want to make sure my house is happy. Seldom do we ever say, am I happy? Am I healthy? Am I going to be here?
Right.
Look back at all your friends that you grew up with, right? Let's talk about the women. Okay. The women that you grew up with that are still around, like how many of their fathers were still around by the time you hit 40? Not many, probably, because they either worked themselves to death or died way before the mother died.
Well, being that I don't carry friends like that.
Well, just think of that. But you understand what I'm saying.
I understand
right?
where you're going. And far as the men part, I just use, I think when it comes down to men, black men in particular, and sometimes not even a colored aspect to it, but black men the society has imposed on them that they have to carry the strength, carry carry everything on their shoulders, on their back. And they don't get the opportunity, the option to be emotional and breathe and have that woosah. And then, back then, the wives, they were taking care of the household and working too. So yeah, there was that neglect, and I just see my dad get up, go to work, come home, eat. Mama made sure food was there, then go to sleep, get up, work,
Go back
eat,
to work.
right, and it was a repetitive
Yeah.
cycle. And I see him that his body broke down. He had to have two hip replacements, from the job that he did because not enough time taken. Like in 2026, it's now been said in society we should use vacation time. We literally should take the time, whomever, male or female, and actually go on vacation to allow
Your body to rest and heal,
right.
even and mentally. And I think too is like mental health wasn't a big thing
No,
before. There was
football.
like you didn't even want to discuss that, and especially as Black people, we are guilty of not acknowledging mental health.
Absolutely.
Just like you just acknowledged, you would get up, go to work, come home. He'd have to be this rock. He'd have to be this strong person because by the time he showed any emotion, there's something wrong with him. He's crazy, or he's a crybaby, or we would get judged by our peers, even sometimes by our own spouses, because this is something that is new to them. And so taking care of ourselves has always been something that we as Black men don't do, and I am a victim of that. I really am, and it sucks, and I'm glad that I am aware of it now,
right.
before anything got too late. Because
Wow.
my dad is my whole life. My dad worked one job his entire life.
Really?
Entire life. He worked at the same place his entire life. He
How
built
many
ships.
years was that?
So my dad worked from the time he was 16
Mm-hmm.
until he retired at 48.
Oh, good age.
He was forced to retire though because he got hit by a drunk driver. But he would have worked every day until he passed if he wanted to.
So that is what you, as a boy growing up, that's what you knew.
Stability. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was stability.
Oh, that's what you got out of it, stability.
Yes, we never had to worry about the bills being paid. Mm-hmm. That's something as a child. That's something that any child should never have to worry about.
Agree.
I shouldn't have to worry about our lights being on. I shouldn't have to worry about our cars being repoed. I just wanted to worry about wrestling or Power Rangers or
Right.
whatever, And so I saw my dad doing that, and I get my work ethic from my father.
So you're repeating.
I did, yeah. I get my work ethic from my father, and I get my creativity from my mother.
Okay, so
Yeah.
with seeing, so you say your father worked all the way to he couldn't 48. They made him retire, but I'm sure he was still doing something because
Yeah.
my dad retired, but he's still working, like literally.
Yeah.
So with that, and your father passed away in 2020 during COVID.
Yes.
Until your father passed, you said what you saw was stability.
Yes.
And you got a work ethic.
Yes.
But did you get anything else out of, what else do you have to take as today from your father besides those two things?
So
And of course, being
I'm,
a father.
I'm going to get real here. Lessons.
please.
Lessons on what not to do. He was a
Okay.
horrible husband. He was absolutely horrible to my mother. Right? He was a great dad. But he was a horrible husband because he didn't know how to communicate his emotions correctly. Because all he did was work, and he thought that was just enough.
So do you think that he thought, or that's all he knew from what he learned?
He grew from his father because his father was 10 times worse than he was.
Gotcha.
So that was a big leap for him. To him, was amazing compared to the dad he had.
Right.
I never met him. I never met my grandfather on his side, but stories, And so, but yeah, my dad was a very smart man. Just he was a blue collar worker, and so that was what his life was work, Pittsburgh Steelers, food, and family. That was really it, But he didn't really know how to be emotional. I never saw him cry. So I never saw him concerned or worry about anything. He always hid that from me. I didn't even know he was sick. I didn't even know he had COVID.
So how did you find out that your father had COVID?
After he died.
Oh, after he died?
I didn't know. Dude, the day before he died, because he had COVID, he recovered, and then he died 3 weeks later from a heart attack. So he died from the extending, because you remember COVID kind of affects your heart issues. He had COVID. He was sick. Didn't tell me. His girlfriend eventually told me after he passed. I'm FaceTiming him. We're talking about the Steelers, whatever going on, and then I go into work the next day. I get a call from the hospital. He's dead. He literally gone.
So what you're going through now with the kidney disease, and reflecting back on your father and how he passed, how does that emotionally affect you?
Not as bad as what happened to my mom. Now, since my mom just recently passed, that's kind of more fresh.
Right.
But as I got older, my relationship with my dad got way better. Because we're adults.
Right.
So he got to tell me what was real, and that's when the emotional parts came out, because I could actually have those conversations as a man to him.
Right, man to man.
Yeah, and so my dad was a huge supporter of my life, my goals. He paid for my college straight up. Like, he paid for my schooling. So he was there with me through the trenches and all that stuff. He saw me working at ESPN. So I remember he flew down here to visit. And he was actually in studio with us. So he actually got a chance, because he was a huge sports guy. Right. So he actually got a chance to be at the station. And that was like Disney World for him. So he was very proud of me. So emotionally, it hurt. It hurt. But I think, he has helped me from beyond. I know he has.
Beyond the grave?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So beyond the grave, your father is still helping you. How does that transition into, and I don't want to just touch on your mom just yet, but how does that transition into you and your emotions finding out, dang, I got a freaking kidney disease. What the frick is that? Dang, did my daddy just die?
You know what's crazy, August, is that I don't know if you guys have seen my story so far, but I'll tell you about the crazy week that I had where I found out I had kidney disease. So I was contemplating, I was going through stuff physically that I didn't know I was going through, and especially mentally. I felt mentally exhausted all the time. I had so much brain fog. I was messing up at work, and I was just getting concerned because, like, what is happening to me, right? And so I was contemplating, I needed to resign from my job just for mental reasons and just to kind of have a reset.
Okay.
Right?
Pause. Get a little bit more into the mental aspect of it. So you saying brain fogs, be a little bit more specific on that.
I will be forgetting a lot of things. I'd be having conversations with people and then literally forget exactly what they said as soon as I don't see them anymore. Right? And it was, I'll be having conversations with my wife, and she'd be telling me something that she just told me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
And it's like my mind couldn't grasp onto what was happening. So it was almost like it was in panic mode, because I'm young. I'm like, I hope I don't have symptoms of something that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want anything mentally going on with me, but it was affecting my job.
Okay.
Right.
And the second thing, you said brain fog. What was the second thing with the mental?
It's just the actual stress, being the sole provider of my family. Obviously taking care of Dominic too. He was going through a lot of issues. Same thing with my wife. She just recently had gone through some physical issues too. So it was just a big mental load, because, a lot is on our shoulders as men. And so I wanted to not quit, but kind of reduce my role at my job, just because I just was exhausted mentally and physically. And so I had a big conversation with my job on Monday. So this is Monday now. And I have a conversation with my job. I tell them what's going on, and fantastic company, great company. I will always champion for them. Belden Communications, if you don't mind. Great company. They're like, yes, Phil, whatever you need, we'll support you. So that was a huge relief.
Okay.
Because I was holding on to that for a little over a year, August.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was holding on that for so long. It was dragging me.
So 12 months.
Yeah.
Mental fog.
Mm-hmm. And I was gaining weight from that. From that stress, I was gaining weight. I gained 70 pounds in a year.
Wow.
Yeah. I gained 70 pounds in a year just from the stress.
Okay, so now we're at, hey
Monday,
job, I
yeah.
want to call, I want to resign. They gonna minimize. Yeah, I got you. Woo. So now we're Monday.
Yeah, so now we're at Monday. I'm kind of at like this crossroads where you ever walk into a freezer where it's like that.
Ooh, that cool. That gives
Yes,
you that breeze.
yes,
You're like, they just feel
yes.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was like that, right? And then I knew I had a doctor's appointment because I don't know if you guys noticed, you can see my face. I've got pretty bad acne. And rewind just a little bit, back in July of the previous year, I started noticing the acne, and I thought it was because of my stress. Everything that I was going through mentally, everything physically, I thought that's what was happening. So I procrastinated like most men do when it comes to the doctor. I went to the doctor in February and got a biopsy. They told me that it's something that they can't really diagnose, but I need to go see my nephrologist. And I was like, okay, fine. Can you give me some cream or something,
They said some cream.
Right. And so anyway, so go back to that week, right? So Monday I resign from my job. Tuesday I go to my kidney doctor, which is also known as a nephrologist, and that's when he tells me that, Phil, you're at stage 5 kidney disease. You only have 14% of your kidney function.
Okay, let's stop there. They told you to go to a nephrologist. Had you always had one, or they
I
told you
have.
to get one?
I've had one.
Okay,
I've
now
had
here
one.
we go. Why did you have a nephrologist?
Because I had kidney disease, but it was very minor. I was in the hospital a couple of times for some swelling, so they refer you to so I had a doctor, just I haven't like seen him in years.
Okay.
But it was like my kidney function was still fine. It wasn't anything to be alarmed over, and so I guess my function has rapidly declined throughout the years, and I didn't notice it.
So you said you didn't go. What's a while? When was the last time you saw your kidney doctor?
So I had bariatric surgery in 2020. I had the gastric sleeve, so I had to go see a lot of doctors and get a lot of testing done. So it was probably around 21 was the last time I saw him after I had the surgery and I recovered and all that, and
Okay.
everything was fine. So he told me I didn't have anything to worry about that. So I haven't seen him since then. So it would have been 5 years.
Wow. So
Yeah.
5 years, and we're at okay, acne. Okay, maybe it's from stress. You resign from your job. Well, reduce hours, what have you. They say, oh no, you go see your kidney doctor. We at kidney doctor. We still on Monday or we're at Tuesday?
This is Tuesday now.
Now we're at Tuesday. We're at the kidney doctor, and the kidney doctor says you are literally at
Stage 5 kidney disease, which means your body can no longer filter out waste properly at all. My doctor was shocked because he was like, "You don't look sick. You look absolutely amazing." Because I've been losing weight intentionally,
right.
and he's like, "You look great for someone who has stage 5. You don't look like you have it." So, props to that. But yes, you are in immediate need, not like you something you consider. No, he's like, you absolutely need to get a living kidney donor, and he inspired me because he's like, I know what you do. You're in the media world. You need to start telling people your story. You have to, because that's probably the fastest way you're going to get a donor. And I was like, okay. So I had that information. So I sat there. Was I sad? Yes. Was I gonna let it slow me down? No. I wasn't gonna let it slow me down because I'm generally a positive person. I don't like to sit in any type of depression because I know what it's like to be in that zone. And what I've noticed, and this is tying into what I said in the beginning, is that when men get depressed, we do two things. We isolate ourselves and we overwork ourselves. You mentioned when we first started the podcast that I have, how many businesses did you just mention? A lot, right?
Yeah, over
And
5.
those are all products of depression. Because when men are depressed, we go to where we are appreciated, we go to where we know, we go to where what we're good at. I'm a creative person, so utilizing my creativity as an outlet was how I thrived. And so out of just sheer depression, it's how I started all these businesses. And granted, some of them are successful, but that's literally why. right? And so Tuesday, I had my appointment. I was a little sad, and then literally 2 days later, my mom died, and she was very young. My mom was only 65. She had Alzheimer's and dementia, and it rapidly accelerated. I don't want to get too much in detail on it, but she was taking Cymbalta for over 20 something years.
Wait a minute, say it again.
Cymbalta,
Why does it sound familiar?
because it's a pill for fibromyalgia and stuff, and so that causes early onset Alzheimer's.
Really?
Yeah, and she was a victim of that, and so she died. That was tough for me because Alzheimer's is the worst disease, really. Because you see the person you love forget you. That sucks. And just to see her body deteriorate like that. Like the last image I saw to her, I did get a chance to say goodbye to her, but the last image I got a chance to see her, I didn't even recognize that woman. So
Wow.
so that sucked. That really sucked. And so I'm like, man, okay, that's a really tough week. So now I have to focus on this, and thank God for my sister. I have an older sister. She took care of my mom forever, and so she handled all of that. My mom didn't know that I had kidney disease
Right,
because I didn't know.
well, duh. I mean, dang, this was only on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And now we at what, Thursday,
Yeah,
Friday.
yeah. So props to my sister for taking care of all of those arrangements, because I just wasn't in that mental space to even talk to anybody, really. I was devastated and very sad.
But you were so freaking positive.
Yeah.
Because I forgot why I called you, like, some, oh, yeah. Oh, and yeah, my mom passed today. I'm sorry, what? I think I did. I was like, what? What? Say that again? Like, yeah. My mom died today. I'm like, bro, you answered the phone?
You did say that. Yeah.
I was like, why did you answer the phone? Like,
Yeah.
so let's I just you men being strong. You talked about that. You talked about seeing it through your dad, and now you're at Thursday. Mom passed, and you just found out you have kidney disease. In your brain, does the thought process of your life passes in front of your eyes at this point?
No. I still feel that way. This isn't going to stop me. Not. This is literally just another season that I'm going through. I feel it every now and then, like some fatigue and stuff, but I'm okay.
Lies.
What'd you say, lies?
I say lies. I call it BS. I call it
No,
lies.
why?
I feel like you have. This is my auntie part coming in.
Okay.
I feel like you have developed this this, how people put up blinders and
It's a
walls.
mask.
You have put up this indirect mask. Let's use that word, where it's like your AI. It automatically pops in.
No, but I've always been positive, though. I've had so much stuff. Like, if I broke down the things that have happened to me in my life, you would cry, probably. Like, everything.
But no, yeah, that may be. I get it. But being positive is great.
Yeah.
But have you taken a moment to literally just, and I'm not saying be depressed about it. I'm not saying wallow in it, but just take a moment and say, damn,
Yes.
dang.
Yeah, I have. A very brief moment.
And then you get back up and go.
I have a job to do.
Do you not want to dwell in the moment of your reality, or are you trying to mask your reality with productivity to avoid?
Probably a little bit of both. I don't feel like I need to live in it, because what is that going to do? I still have a role to do. I still have a family to support. I still have a child to support. I still have a wife to take care of. I still have bills to pay. I still have a plethora of clients that all need their stuff done. So me sitting there sad about oh, I need a kidney, that's not going to help my mental either. And stress is not going to help. That's going to make my kidney decline even faster.
Yeah.
You know? And so I had to realize that my decisions in my life, unfortunately, did get me there, you know? But how I react to these certain situations, it's what's going to help me put me over the edge. Because I could have sat in it, I could have thought about it for so long and not done the things that I've done to be where I am now. You know, I've had so many crossroads in my life to where if I didn't choose to be positive, or let's say put on a mask, fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? I've had so many parts and crossroads in that life to where if I chose that other path, I probably would be dead. You know, I probably would have committed suicide, or I probably would have tried drugs, or I probably would have made really bad decisions based off of just being emotional, you know? And so I take, now, yes, having kidney disease is horrible. It's a horrible disease. It is. It's the number one killer of black people other than heart disease, you know? Somebody asked me this the other day in studio, and I told them, it's like, because I was talking about my job situation, right? If I didn't know, if I didn't look and find out that I had kidney disease, I probably would have worked myself to death.
Because of the learned behavior from seeing your father work so hard?
I probably would have just sucked the pain up and ignored it. Kept my job just out of stability.
Right, because that's what you knew.
And I probably would have dropped dead because of it.
So in hindsight, having kidney disease is more so of, even though it is a detrimental thing, but for you, it actually is life.
Exactly.
And that is a freaking phenomenal way to look at it. Is this, I mean, you know, and I always, I have a thing. I believe that negative things that happen in life, like, you know, oh, people died, my mom died, or my dad died, or my cousin, my brother, you know, my brother's passed years ago. And I used to, and I'm saying this because I remember that, why him and not me?
Yeah.
But I feel like if he would have lived, me doing what I'm doing now would not have existed.
Yeah.
So you finding out that you have this disease, look at what is doing. You find out that you have this disease in the midst of finding out your mom passed. It did one of two things. It allowed you not to wallow in the fact that your mom passed and it did not allow you, make sure I'm being verbally, using my verbiage right. It did not allow you to put yourself in a depressed state over losing your mom. Because you could have literally, and look at it, maybe I'm wrong, if you didn't know that you had kidney disease, the grief from your mom could have overtaken you in a detrimental way.
It absolutely could.
So you finding out literally a few days before your mom passed, you had to now home in on that, your kidney disease, and the fact of, again, going back to, you're the head of household, you're the breadwinner, you have a son. If everyone doesn't know, Phil has a autistic son, and his autism is nonverbal.
Yes.
You never heard him speak, correct?
Never heard him speak. So they don't really call it severe autism anymore. They call it profound.
Profound, great.
Autism. It's a new buzzword.
Oh, okay.
But it's called profound autism. So yeah, my son's name is Dominic. He'll be 14 probably by the time you see this video. And so, you know, he's nonverbal, has a learning disability, giant kid, lovable. It's a lot of work, a lot of work, love and compassion. And he's going to need assistance for the rest of his life. Like, honestly.
Right. Yeah. So Monday,
quit the job.
Tuesday,
kidney disease.
Wednesday,
slept all day.
Thursday,
mama died.
Friday,
had a show.
And Saturday I called you. I'm laughing. But yeah, I think that sometimes when, people say, well, if there was a God, why does negative things happen to us? But I think that it's because we have a God, and it's not only people look at it as negative. Because just to go back, having kidney disease. It is a negative thing. Don't discount that, y'all. But the positive that is doing in your life, you are learning about yourself. You're learning to take more time out for you where you normally would not. You're learning to live for you, even though you're still a provider, you're still the husband, you're still the father, you're still a business owner. But in the midst of this, you're learning how to take care of Phil.
Yeah. Yep.
You're learning how to give back to Phil. You're learning how to pour back into Phil. And sometimes that looks like pulling away from certain things.
Yeah, it's true, but I wouldn't have done any of that if I didn't find out. If I didn't know if kidney disease, or if I didn't know that I had kidney disease, I would have kept holding all of that in. I would have kept restricting myself from taking care of myself. Like I said, and I probably would have died from neglect
Of yourself.
of neglect of myself.
So at this point, what have you learned?
Take care of yourself. No, really.
To what aspect, though?
Yeah.
Take care of yourself is great, but to what aspect have you learned about taking care of Phil?
What aspect have I learned about taking care of Phil is that you can't pour from an empty cup. I know that's a really cliche term, but it's 100% true. You know, there's so many people that look up to me. There's so many people that come to me for decisions. There's so many people that I'm not saying rely on me, but besides my family, but there are so many. My life is entwined with a bunch of other people's lives, right? So I always felt that I was important, but I always felt like me helping them do the things that they needed to do was more important than me doing things for myself. Because as a person like that, I got joy out of them succeeding, or I got joy out of them being happy because I helped them with something. You know, that's what made me happy. Not because I needed to do something. I liked being behind the scenes.
Right.
You know, that's why I made the studio. I like people wanted to be on the microphone and say, "Heck yeah, let me help you out, and let's get you out there. You know, let's
Right.
have you come out of your shell. Let's have you exposed to the camera." I didn't want to be out here in front of the camera. I want to be back there because I like facilitating that for people. And so I've learned that it's not selfish. You don't have to be available all the time. And you don't have to, and people's expectations of you don't have to be greater than your expectations of yourself.
Wow. Say that again. Say that again.
People's expectations of you don't have to be greater than your expectations of yourself.
And what is Phil's expectations of himself?
Now or before?
Oh, now. Hello. We done with before. We talking about now.
My expectations of me is to take care of me first, because when I am elite, when I am at my peak, everybody else benefits. And if I'm not, you may benefit for a little bit, but once that well is gone, it's gone forever.
So is Phil important?
Hell yeah, I'm important.
Why is Phil important?
Why is Phil important?
Yeah, why is Phil important?
Oh man, I mean, besides just what I provide for the community, what I provide for Orlando, and then just the media world in general, I think I'm a kind-hearted soul who's compassionate, understanding, empathetic, giving, and I don't think there's a lot of that in the world. That's why I'm important.
So you're important because you give back to the community in such a positive way, and not only the community, into your life, your family, and so forth. Then I would say, how does this diagnosis, how does that wear into your importance?
So when I went live maybe a week after my diagnosis. And that was a big decision for me because, like I said, I'm happy being behind the camera, right? So just me making that decision to do this, that weighed on me more than the diagnosis of them telling me. I didn't even want to. Do you remember this? I didn't even want to do it.
I was like, no, you need to do this. Come on, let's
Yeah.
do this. And even with that, when I sat down and told when we was in here, and I was like, yo, I said, I really think that you should do a benefit for you.
I still fight you on that.
I'm trying to use my good words. Look, y'all. Look, listen here. This man do a lot of stuff for a lot of people. He do a lot of things for the city, for people's businesses, for people's brands, for what is it, the congressman, not congressman, whatever the heck that freaking thing is called. He do a lot. And for me is, if you are a person who pours into other people, at some point in life, people need to pour back in you. And dang it, if you don't demand for it to happen, it's not going to happen. So this Phil, a kidney for Phil Soray, I did come to him and say, hey, yo, I think, this is a good thing, because here's the thing. Let's dive into this. Kidney for Phil Soray is for Phil. 1, to raise awareness about kidney disease. 2, because the process behind obtaining a kidney, the medical, the stay, the recovery, and the sustaining. He has a son who's autistic. He has a wife who's a full-time caregiver of the home and of the son. And Phil is the main breadwinner. So if Phil is down, who's there to take care of the home? So if Phil has given all of this whole facility to everybody who has a podcast at the Podcast Doctor, I should see them on July 11th. I said it, I did, and I meant that. Anybody who has came by this facility, who knows Phil, he's done your funeral, he's given you some advice on podcasting, he's came to your studio, your radio, and he's freaking told you whatever you should get should be at Kidney for Phil Soray, July 11, 2026, because you have done so much for other people. And I think that's where I don't, we bump heads on this Kidney for Phil thing.
And I understand. I really do understand where you're coming from. Like,
I don't care if you understand. It's just what it is.
No, it's fine. I understand exactly where you're coming from. It's just that from my own perspective,
I'm so kind-hearted.
I can't say that. I just can't.
Why the hell you can't?
I don't know.
Okay, so let me ask you this: when you get a kidney,
because I don't look for a return on my kindness.
It's not a return
to people.
It's not a return.
That's just who I am.
But you are our investment. So if you're not here to be available for us to do our business here, if those people aren't whatever funeral shooting, whatever it is, if you're not available, then how do we continue our brands? How do we continue our businesses? Because if Podcast Doctor shut down, what the hell I'm gonna shoot Just Me and August at? My bedroom?
Maybe.
Nah, bro. Austin talked too much in the house on that video game. And JBA ain't gonna sound like it should sound. It ain't gonna look like it should look. And all the other ones. So I'm just saying. So it's not looking for a handout. It's not seeking a handout. This is just saying, this is where community is. Community. This is why we create a community, and this is a community. You are a community. You have helped build so many things. In my personal opinion, it's not a beg. It's just like, hey, yo, man, this is what's going on with me. Yeah. And I know in life we do that. In life, we do not, as human beings, inquire about the next man. Like, how many times do you pick up the phone and call like a cousin or even a sibling? I got a sister. I ain't gonna lie, I don't call her like that because it's dramatic behind every time I call her.
Yeah.
Like, so I ain't calling her. But when something happens, she'll call me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But why can't we? And I was saying this to my cousins. Like, why can't family? Doesn't mean it's your blood. Family is whomever is close to you. But even in business, Why can't we come together and be there for someone while they're living? Don't come and send me some flowers to my mom or my daddy house because I done died.
Yeah, a man's first flower shouldn't be at his funeral.
No, and that's all I'm saying. But for me, this is me flowering. Hey, bro, this is flowers,
Yeah.
and that's all I'm saying. So for me, that's not what it is. I listen to what you're saying.
Yeah.
With that being said, y'all can go to www.eventbrite.com to purchase your tickets for Kidney for Phil.
They're on the Kidney for Phil website too. So you can just go to kidneyforphil.com and you can get the tickets directly from
Well,
there.
what he just said. And
it's just easier.
The tickets are for individual ticket, $25.
Yeah.
25. Like,
and the money goes to me. It's not
Yeah.
like this is going to anybody
my
else.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
The money is going to me because, like August said, I'm going to be gone for an extended period of time when I do have my donor, when I do get my kidney replacement. So as much as I pain to say, yeah, I'm going to need the help. And so, yeah, if you can be so kind to purchase tickets and come to the event, I would love to see you guys. And yeah, August, you said something.
What did I say?
About like people getting checked on, right?
Yeah.
And one thing so my dad told me this. He's like, and then I heard T.I. say it. So I don't know if my dad heard T.I. say it and then
Lord.
he said it, or
Tip said something?
or if it was my dad. So my dad said that we are like the wall. We hold up everything. People just kind of don't even notice it because everything is done the way it's supposed to be done. No one will really notice the walls until they fall.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so he's like, yeah, that's you. Because people don't really call to check on me because I always had it. Phil's got it.
It's called being too available.
Yeah.
I'm known for that.
Yeah.
We have sometimes the available people need to quit being available to everyone.
Yeah.
You have to structure your availability. You have to limit your availability. So your dad was right. I like that. So let's go over this. For transplant, the first thing, in order to get to this part, as of now, Phil is now on the transplant list for a kidney. Yay, hooray for that.
Yeah.
With that being said, the process for gaining a kidney. Now, why do we want a living donor?
So just the fact that the tissue, the organ from a living donor just lasts longer.
Okay.
That's literally the break. So let me clarify a couple of things. Okay. Being on the list isn't for a living donor, right? Being on the list is for a deceased donor, right? There's over 186,000 people that are currently on the list waiting for a kidney right now, right? And people ask, is there a ranking system for how do they know the need, right? I'm not number 186,256 because I was just added. No, it goes by need. And the way that they measure the need is a scale between 20 and 80. 20 is the lowest, which means it's actually the most need. So the scale goes backwards, right? So if you are a 20, that means you're a child, or someone who has the highest chance of living the longest with the kidney, versus someone who's let's say 75, a smoker, you know what I'm saying? Or,
That was my uncle.
Who hasn't necessarily taken care of themselves, just that they're less likely to live a longer life with a kidney. It doesn't mean they're not on the list or they're not going to give them one. It's just that they're just not a higher risk, but just a higher tier. Me, if you guys want to take a guess what my number is.
Yeah, please tell us.
Would you like to take a guess?
So
it's a scale from 20 to 80 is the score.
Please tell me you're at least what, 75?
No, the higher is the worse.
Oh, higher is the worst.
Yeah.
Well, you should be like 20, 22.
I'm 37, so I'm close to
you're good.
Yes, because I'm generally healthy, right? So my chances for living a longer, more fulfilled life are higher. than if I was a smoker or a drinker,
Right.
or if I did any type of illicit drugs, or if I still had high blood pressure, if I still had diabetes. You know, if I still had all those, I would be much, much higher on not higher on the list, but higher on the risk.
Got
You know,
you.
so I'm actually pretty close to the top. If that's how you want to gauge it, I'm pretty close to the top, which means I could get a call any moment, honestly, any moment, and they can say, "Hey, we have a kidney for you." Now that kidney would be from a deceased donor. I prefer a living donor, simply because the tissue will live longer, so my chances to live will be a lot longer. Plus, if someone's willing to donate their kidney, I bypass the list completely. There is no list. If someone's willing to donate their kidney, I can have your kidney as soon as all the tests are done and completed.
Now, we talked about this. I would love to give you mine. But the way this body is set up, brown liquor didn't do a girl good back in her younger days. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, fried food, never had diabetes, never had the high blood pressure. Thank you, Lord. Clock that tea. But yeah, but I still am gonna go get tested though, just to see. But
Well, we're gonna have the people there
yes. So
at the
at
event.
the Kidney for Phil soiree, our goal is to have someone on premises that will actually, I don't know how that looks. We're still in the process of that to see if you can get tested on premises. Which is a beautiful thing. And also, there will be donor cards, so you can actually, on each table, you will take your card and you will fill it out and you will give it to us and we'll submit it in, and then they will call you to see if you can be a donor. The reason why we are doing the kidney for Phil soiree is because a lot of things. It's also the recovery process, and the donor, if that donor does not have medical, Phil would have to cover it. That's jacked up, ain't it? There are programs out there that can help, but at this point, we're looking out of pocket. So procedure-wise, after he finds a donor and the donor is a match, and one thing that people have to also understand, if you do find a donor, even if someone says, "Hey, if I say, hey, Phil, you can have my kidney," right? My kidney might not take to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So we have to take that into consideration as well. Let's say it do take. Surgery is typically minimal invasive, lasting about 3 hours. There's a hospital stay. You'll typically stay in the hospital for 1 to 2 nights. Full recovery takes about 4 to 6 weeks. They say many people start feeling much better within 2 to 3 days, but we're going to go with the 4 to 6 weeks because we can use our PTO. I'm just saying.
Now you're talking about the donors. Or me.
Uh-oh.
The
This
donors
is you,
or
actually.
me? That's me?
This
okay.
is you.
Okay.
So for the donor, we're going to look at that. It's still a lot. Even if for you by yourself, that's still a lot. Because when you research it and they say, oh, they're going to 1 to 3 days, 4 to 6 weeks, they're just talking about the body. They still not talking about mental. Because for me, that would have to be weird because now I got somebody else inside of me. What do you think about that? Well, I looked this up. What do you think about that?
I don't think anything of it. I think it's fine. I mean, I've known people who've had heart transplants, and that could feel a little weird sometimes. But my sister had a child and she passed away, and she donated my niece's organs. So I already know that saved, I think 13 other babies got her organs.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So I already know, organ donation is lovely.
Yeah, I didn't put myself down to be an organ donor. I don't know how I feel about my liver or something like that being in somebody else.
Well, you're gonna be gone.
I don't know. Maybe I would haunt. No, playing.
No, I mean, there's a movie called there's a movie.
Yeah, I seen that. You seen the one
with
that
Jessica
the person
Alba.
got the eye?
Yeah,
And
Jessica
you know
Alba.
how the dude kept walking up trying to kill her like
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
watch too many
I get
scary
it.
movies, so
I
maybe
get
that's
it.
me. I'm like.
But no, organ donation is literally it's the gifts is literally a gift of life. Like,
Yeah.
And there are some organs that you can transplant that they do grow back. I don't know if you knew that, like your liver.
So if I donate my liver, it grow back?
In 8 weeks it grows back. Yes. Yeah, and it's just it's education too. You can live perfectly fine with one kidney. So if you are interested in just in donating a kidney, you can live
Donate
perfectly
one.
fine.
Yeah, I do know someone who did donate her kidney to her mom. And
Yeah.
when she was in her 20s, and her mom is, I mean, her mom is beautiful today, and she's doing. There's no complications, so it is a successful process. So the kidney donation process moves from initial testing to a minimally invasive surgery and a multi-week recovery. You can pause or stop the process at any time for any reason. We don't want y'all to do that. We want y'all to keep going. Come on now, don't play. So, how we start? Initial screening. You're going to go to kidneyforphil.com and you're going to,
Fill out the screener.
thank you. Then you're going to get your blood tested, test your blood type. What type do you need?
So I can take multiple blood types, which is
Okay.
great because I had to take extra testing for that. So my initial blood type is B positive, right? Which is me, right?
Yeah. Be positive.
Yeah, and so I can also take B positive blood, O positive, and also A.
What? You take an A?
Yes, I did take a special test to learn that I can take A positive blood. So that's why they just say if you're just remotely interested at all, take this, fill out the screener, let the companies call you, get in contact, because there's something else too called the paired exchange program. And I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it is also another blessing, right? What the paired exchange program is, let's say you really want to donate your kidney to me, right? But we're not a match. That doesn't mean the story's over for me. That doesn't mean the story's over for you. You could also save someone else's life that their donor could be a match to me. And so what that means is we do a nice handshake trade, and then their donor saves my life and you save their life.
Wow.
So that's why we say if you just are just remotely interested, please, and this is something that you feel passionately about and you want to help me out, that's going to be phenomenal. Even if I don't get your specific kidney, if you are the one and you are the reason why I get a kidney because of the paired exchange program, that's invaluable. So please go to kidneyforphil.com. Just fill out the screener. The screener takes 15 minutes and they'll call you. I'm dealing with Advent Health right now and HCA out in Largo, Florida. Also UF and Tampa General. But those are the two main ones right now on my website. Just fill the screener out. Literally takes 15 minutes. Answer the questions. If you pass the screener, they will contact you. Just answer the phone and then just follow the steps through that. It's not a very difficult process. Once you pass all of those things, just get some simple blood tests. They find a tissue, make sure all that's a match, and then we can move forward. But it's not hard.
Full evaluation. They say spend 1 to 2 days at the hospital. Undergo some CT scans, EKGs, and urine collection. One of people who, dabble in a little THC, will that be a problem?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Good question.
Good question.
Good question.
See, donor advocate. They work with a dedicated advocate protecting your interests. Then let's go to surgical procedures. We got anesthesia. You will be completely asleep. Thank you, Lord. Under general anesthesia, they use laparoscopic, laparoscopic is dope because you won't have a scar like that.
Yeah.
So I like the laparoscopic
Yeah.
surgery.
So let me. I had an appendectomy, so that's where they would put it, where my appendix was. Yeah. That's where it's going to go.
Okay. Now, where's your appendix at? I don't know what it says.
Right side, upper right side.
Right. It's my right side? Oh, yes. This is my Okay, so right here.
So before we could continue with that, though, all that information is there. There's a couple of videos on my website if you need to know the details, the physical details on the donor process. Tampa General put a video out there that I embedded on the website. So just watch that. I think it's like 7 minutes long. It explains everything. But before we leave, because we're running short on time, let's tell everybody where the event is. If we plan on having any speakers, entertainment, what to expect for this event, because I have been completely hands off. I'll be honest with you. This is something that I didn't want on my plate because I didn't want to have to do it any stress. So August has been the one who has been taking care of all the bookings, the catering, the event staff, getting the doctors and all that stuff. And so I'll let her have the floor here.
Oh, so glad you to give me a close up of my face. Oh man, you're the bomb. Okay. Do we have the video? Not video. Sorry, the photo of the kidney for Phil. Let's put that back up.
The same one?
No, the other one.
Which other one?
With your face on it.
They both have my face on it.
Well, the other one, not that
The
one.
Chat GPT one?
Hey, you
Or the
created
flyer
that.
one?
The flyer. The flyer.
The green flyer.
The green flyer.
Yeah, Kaylin, can you put that green flyer up? There you go.
I don't. I can't see. I don't have my glasses. Okay, so here we. Well, actually, I wanted the other one.
Oh, I don't have that on.
Oh, okay, cool. So, well, let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. So, kidney for Phil. I don't see it on there. Okay, so anyways, so you can go to kidneyforphil.com, right, and you can purchase your ticket. There's be a link on there for the event, right? Mm-hmm. It is July the 11th at
the Levy Hughes Center, right?
July the 11th at Levy Hughes Clubhouse, 712 West Amelia Street, Neston, Orlando, and that is the Boys and Girls Club. You will be parking in the back.
We need to do a video.
Yes.
We'll get Nora. We'll get Nora out there with you to do a video about where to park. What's going to look like and stuff.
And that is courtesy of Miss Tasha Robinson Banks. Hey, Miss Tasha.
Thank you so much, Miss Tasha.
For donating the facility.
Yeah, okay. So the event's from what, 5 to 8?
The event is going to be from 5 to... Well, no. It's going to be from... Hold on, you're going too fast. Doors are going to open up at 4:30. The event is going to be from 5 to 7. From 7 to 8, we're actually going to celebrate Phil's birthday, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it's my 39th birthday, July 11th. Yes, I am a 7-Eleven baby. Free Slurpees, anyway.
No, we ain't doing that. Ain't no free Slurpees. However, as I am in my lovely green, I'm in green for a reason, because green is the color for kidney disease. And so it is formal, but I know how everybody's formal definition is different from mine. This is not formal. This is just casual. So if you don't have formal, I understand casual. I understand business casual. If you're going to have some jeans on,
just wear something green.
Dress shoes. But the colors are black and gold with a hint of green. Yeah. Black and gold with a hint of green. And the green is simply to represent the kidney disease. Phil's favorite color is...
black and gold.
Hence the reason for the colors. Yeah. So it will be catered by Appetite Fulfilled. That's it, right? Yeah, Appetite Fulfilled. Thank you so much to Kelvin Patterson and his team. They will be catering. We will have the lovely J Love will be the DJ for the night. I'm going to be your beautiful host, Auntie August. We're also going to have comedian James Young.
Yeah.
We're going to have a special performance by LaKoya, a saxophonist. And we're going to throw a little bit of, a little other stuff up in there. We do have corporate tables available. Corporate tables can fit up to 10 people. Corporate tables is $350. You don't have to come, but you can donate. We would appreciate it. Donate. It really is going to a good cause. Basic tickets is $25. Again, it does come with a meal, y'all. Hey, you coming in, you gonna eat, you gonna have some fun. We're gonna do a little dancing. We're gonna shake a little tail feather. But you will definitely learn more about kidney disease. We're gonna have some important doctors in there to speak on kidney disease, dialysis. We're gonna have some people that have experienced it. And Phil's actually gonna speak.
I will speak. Yes.
I just needed it verbalized so
all
that
right, she said it. I will speak. I have no problem speaking, but
clearly on camera.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really fun. It's not gonna be a sad thing. I don't want you guys eulogizing me. This is gonna be a fun.
No, we're gonna have a good. I had to watch my mouth. About to say something, but we're gonna have a good ass time. I said it is what it is. We're gonna have a good old time, y'all. But seriously, no, we're gonna come out. This is not, like you said, it's not sad. This is us to celebrate, and why not celebrate and give flowers now? Not only that, we're gonna have a party, but it is informative because I know I've had in my family someone who had was in stage 5 kidney. Renal kidney failure. My uncle did. So I understand that. My cousin understands it. She's going to also speak. We will have a charcuterie from Rosa de la Mesa. I'm sorry, La Mesa. Excuse me. Get it right. I'm so sorry, cuz. Sorry. La Mesa de Rosa. will be providing her charcuterie services as well.
Look at that.
So
And you
yeah.
also get if you do purchase tickets, you get a kidney for Phil magnet. Just saying.
Yep, Kidney for Phil magnet. We're gonna have a lot of little trinkets, and we're gonna again. This is a celebration. It's a soiree. And, people's like, oh, why is it like that? Because I want you to come and celebrate Phil, but I also want you to be educated. And I want you because I feel like if people know a little bit more of what kidney disease is, not just because of Phil, but Phil is opening up the door for everyone. You might not know what's going on. Like he said, he saw acne on his face, so he went to his dermatologist and they told him to go there. You see what I'm saying? Little things like that. We don't know. We think it's one thing and it's not another. So maybe from coming to this event and from visiting kidneyforphil.com, you're reading some things that you might be somebody and somebody that you pass like, oh my God. So this is to bring awareness. I don't think there's enough awareness out there for the culture and for the non-culture and just for the normal people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why not be educated before it happens?
Exactly.
So this is the point of this story for me. And it also allows me to do what I do. But no, I really want Phil to get his kidney. Again, I would give you mine, but I don't think Brown Liquor did it well. Uh, but I just want the community to come out and show him love with everything that he's invested in us. Let's come back and invest in him. He deserves it. His family deserves it. I need you to stick around for your son, for your wife, and heck, for just being August.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to see you healthier. I noticed that, you're getting a little bit more tired. And, when that start happening, we don't, next step is dialysis because of the blood being so
Toxic.
toxic. It starts to deteriorate your body. And, I can see sometimes you're drained and so forth. So I just want to see you get healthier.
Thank you.
So that is why I'm passionate about it. And hey, here's the thing, guys. I don't care what you got going on. There's always something that is worse than what you got going on, or you could be worse. So whatever I got going on, it allows me, like you say, So, Phil, any last words?
Guys, I appreciate it. This whole entire journey since I've been in Florida has been amazing for me. I come from a small town in Virginia. I've met so many great people since I've moved here, fallen in love, had a family, have a family, and this is my home. I really consider this my home, and I want to stay here. I want to have more birthdays. I want to celebrate more things. I
know
want to
that's
open more
right.
businesses, and I definitely need the community's help. If I'm going to continue being a pillar in the community, I need the community's help this time.
I know that's
And
right.
if you are interested at all, anything, just go to kidneyforphil.com and click on be a donor. If you can't be a donor, there's a donate button too. So if you do want to donate some funds for me, that would be amazing, and I am eternally grateful. But this isn't going to be the end of me.
Absolutely not.
It's not. I never felt like that ever. I honestly felt like this has been definitely awakening and a blessing in disguise. Now, granted, this the current situation is not as great as I want it to be, but that's not the end. You know, what's going to come from this is going to be an even better film. It's going to be even a better podcast doctor. It's going to be even a better husband. It's going to be even a better father. It's going to be a better person in the community for Orlando. So I can't wait to see you guys July 11th at 5 p.m. at the Levy Hughes Center, also known as the Boys and Girls Club. Please purchase your tickets. Just go to kidneyforphil.com and click on the event link. Purchase your tickets there. And I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. Thank you, August, for all of your love and support. Thank you for everyone, all the messages showing your love and support. I really appreciate it. I do see all of them. If I don't get a chance to answer them, I apologize. Just it has been a new thing for me, getting attention. So
Oh gosh.
So I do appreciate it, but thank you so much, August, for all of your love and help.
Oh, my pleasure. I appreciate it. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Hey, don't forget, visit Kidney for Phil Facebook. We do communicate on there. I've been liking a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Please keep on and hey, share the posts, share the flyers, share the the donor thingamabobber. And hey, we will see you July 11th at 5 p.m. Doors open at 4:30. Thank you to all the supporters. We're still looking for sponsors for July 11th. Thank you to
Before we go.
Yeah, what happened?
Can you put on the 2-shot, Kaylin? Before we go, how do they, if they are want to be a sponsor and they are a business, how do they get a hold of you to be able to secure that? Because I don't know.
Well, actually, look how good I am. On the Eventbrite, they can actually purchase a sponsorship ticket on the Eventbrite.
Great.
It literally says sponsorship, and they can click on that and they can pay directly and do that. However, if you do not want to go on there to be a sponsor, you want to be an anonymous sponsor, you feel like, you just
We have an email. It's info@kidneyforphil.com.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to find it. Say it again.
Info
at
kidneyforphil.com.
Yes, and I will answer. Yep. Info at kidneyforphil.com. Look, I forget stuff too. Hello.
It's okay.
But thank you. I was like, was that a trick question?
No.
But yeah, so if you want to sponsor, you are a sponsor, you're a business, dude, email me and put in the subject line, I want to be a sponsor. Yeah. Power Influence Radio, thank y'all so much. Look, y'all, we're in our last season. Our first season. We're at the end of our first season. This is not the last, honey. We're at the end of our first season. We got one more show. But yo, y'all give it up for Phil, the podcast doctor. Yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Again, this is your Auntie August here. We're at Just Being August, Orlando, at the podcast doctor. And how you feeling?
I feel great.
No tears?
No tears.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. Remember, it takes just one heartbeat.